My hot button this week is based on Kenya's mission in Haiti, the peacekeeping mission, which the mandate was coming to an end the first week of October. And the UN now is planning to send a replacement with a new force called the Gang Suppression Force. And I just want us to listen to some of the officials who are speaking about this issue.
We note the next international force must be resourced to hold territory, secure infrastructure, and complement the Haitian National Police.
I urge the Council to act without delay and authorize an international force supported by the United Nations through logistical and operational backing and predictable financing.
So the question of resourcing, financing, and support for the teams, the peacekeeping teams in Haiti is coming out loudly. And we remember that this is a mission that really the Kenyan government, was shrouded in a lack of transparency. There was always the questions of what is the priority for Kenya taking part in this mission. And as this comes to an end, I think that this call to transparency must come even as this mission comes to an end. The Kenyan government needs to tell the Kenyans how successful was this mission and exactly what was our priority in taking part in this, looking at the pressing needs back at home. Because even at one point we had to chip into the financing of this peacekeeping mission. So really we have to reflect and also take a look at the lessons that we have learned as Kenyans. But at the same time, just paying respects to the brave soldiers who took part in this mission. That's my hot button tonight.
No, I was following up on it, and the US and Panama collaboration for the suppression force comes in saying that they need 5,000 in troops to be able to suppress the Haitian war that is happening. And with the port of Prince being 85 to 90% fully controlled with gangs. So does it mean, are the Haitians correct when they say we are seeing the Kenyan service here, but we're not seeing any difference, and that we have been victims and not beneficiaries of this engagement? But also, the government has spent almost 21 billion per year in this mission, which would have risen up to around 36 billion per year. Does that translate to the needs of Kenyans at large? And where was the transparency? How many police officers went? What is happening right there has been a very big problem. So I think as much as it's important for us to have meaningful multinational convergence when it comes to security, the dent of security in the country is already a problem. Then what does it mean for us to have an international relations focus that makes sense for Kenyans entirely?
Yeah. And I think just carrying the nation in the communication, I feel like there was a failure in carrying the nation along, so that we understand this mission, that we can rally around the flag, so to speak, by understanding. Because every time there was a question, there was really no transparency in communication in why exactly us and what are we trying to do with this as a strategic thing to do.
Very many things to consider there, and as the mission comes to an end, like you've said, it coincided with very many other things that were happening domestically. So whatever communication was coming was already starting from a negative point for the government to communicate. And so it was a tough one, and they'll have also to come and account for it. We've lost a number of soldiers here. Some may come back here injured, and so on and so forth. So what does that mean? And so for the next time that Kenya volunteers to be part of an international peacekeeping mission or whatever mission, then the Kenyans should be able to understand them. But that will be based on what exactly the government says.
Accountability to the families, because I remember covering a story where the family was had information that their family member who was part of the troop was missing, and they were struggling to get communication from the Kenyan government as to the day-by-day report of where are we now, is he still missing, is it a search or rescue mission. So that kind of accountability down to the soldiers' families as well, and what it means now in terms of compensation, even as the mission comes to a fold.